Example of an entrepreneur, I don't know what is. Our final banking presentation is being given by Roundout Savings. And Sean DuBois, come on up. Rondout has also been a sponsor of these breakfasts for several years. We appreciate your help and support. We hope we can count on you in the future. And they're going to give their perspective of entrepreneurial lending. You can either use the clicker or you can use the mouse, whichever you prefer. Okay, have at it. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. All the speakers did a great job, and hopefully I don't bring that all down. So Rondout Savings Bank, just a brief overview of where we've come from. The bank's been in business for a little over 140 years. And we're headquartered right here in Kingston, New York, right at the foot of Broadway. And my coworker Steve here, we're both business development officers. And we can do anything from commercial lending to residential lending, merchant services, deposit accounts. So I just wanted to start off with the bank's vision statement, which is to be a leading provider of business banking and retail financial services in our market. And we try doing that through quality advice and solutions. We try to give our entrepreneurs a couple different choices when they come in for financing. We've got great service. We're friendly, knowledgeable. We try to be timely, like John was saying. If you can make an appointment, that's really helpful. We can put aside the time needed to sit down and talk about your plan and what you perceive going forward. Convenience, we have services supported by technology, products, and of course our people. And our last value, if you guys succeed as a client of ours, the community is going to succeed. Okay, relationships that you can bank on. Again, Rondout's all about relationship building. We try to build the business through a couple different avenues. One would be a contact. When you become a Roundout Savings client, we try to find synergies between yourselves and our other clients where it's a mutually beneficial relationship. Referrals. Roundout is very big on referrals. We refer all of our clients to other clients within the organization. And we also, each one of our branches has an advertising board that any of our clients are allowed to use periodically throughout the year. Legitimacy. Banking with Roundout gives your business a little bit of legitimacy where Roundout has a great reputation in the community, and then having more entrepreneurs as customers of ours gives the bank more legitimacy that we're out there and we actually are lending money. Depth of knowledge. Our business banking team, which consists of about 6-7 people, has over 100 years combined experience. Steve's got about 80 of that, but we're very knowledgeable. We've seen almost pretty much Steve Hack, yeah. We've pretty much seen every situation, and we generally have a solution for any type of lending. Let's see. We give trusted financial advice. We're not a product pusher, so when you come in, we're not going to try to stick you into what the bank product of the month is. We sit down, we listen, and we try to custom tailor a package that is going to be beneficial to you as the entrepreneur. And business restructure counseling. We also offer that if the business is going through a rough patch, as John had mentioned from the credit union. We sit down and we also try to figure out a way to make things work going forward, whether that's temporarily suspending some payments or restructuring the entire deal completely. We definitely try to help out in that avenue. Okay, what to come in with when you come in to visit with your banker. I believe a conservative business plan is something that you really want to bring in. You don't want to overshoot what you're planning on doing. I think you want to underestimate your sales and revenue, and you want to overestimate your expenses. The commercial underwriters that take a look at everything and the loan officers we pretty much shoot holes in every business plan you have, and we try to figure out if this business plan can stand up to a downturn. Realistic goals. Sometimes entrepreneurs come in and they have these huge lofty goals that are unattainable. So if you come in with some realistic goals and you have some backup on it and you know you can make these goals, it makes it a lot easier for us to present that to our credit analyst. Well-researched financial projections. Anybody can make a business plan with financial projections. You can just plug numbers in to make it work. I like to know as a loan officer where you came up with those numbers and how well was it researched, and is it researched for this area or is it researched down for, say, New York City area. Definitely come in with some passion for your business and your product. The more passion that you can impart onto the loan officer, the more passion I'm going to have when I'm presenting this loan to the credit analyst and the loan committee if it needs to go to that route. Just the 4 C's of lending. I know everybody probably knows all this. It's pretty basic stuff, but just to go down them quick, the bank does look at your character. You want to present your plan to your banker professionally. Character is really important to a community bank because, as Steve has alluded to, when the chips are down, that's really where the character counts. The banker wants to feel like no matter what, the bank is going to get paid. Cash flow, obviously, goes back to the realistic projections. You want to make sure that you can afford the loan that you're coming in to look for. Collateral, we heard that word again a couple times today. We like to know if you've got some real estate available. Bankers love cash as collateral. Stocks or business assets. And then your credit, of course. We talked about that a couple times today. You really need to know your score before you come in to visit with your banker. Okay, so you're coming in to meet your banker. What should you have with you? Obviously, your complete business plan. Prepare to answer questions. You really should think about, before you meet with your banker, what kind of questions we're going to ask. And being lenders, we always think of the worst case scenario. So you really want to think about questions along the lines of what happens if my sales don't come through the way I expect them to. Be prepared to answer questions of if I hit a glitch, how do I prepare to get out of that? Identify collateral. Make sure you know what kind of collateral you can offer coming in, and let us know that up front. You should review and bring your credit report with you to your meeting. And if you have any issues, try to clean those up first. Tamara, I know you have a pretty generous score. Even I think Steve has a generous score. Roundout starts at 680. So credit's important to us. It's not the only thing we look at, but it is very important to us. And then again, just if you can demonstrate your resourcefulness when you're meeting with your banker. Again, this is we're always thinking about the worst case scenario. So in your mind, think about the worst case scenario and how you would fare through that. Just a couple of funding products that we offer. We have a line of credit, which is used for short-term purposes, usually of a year or less. It does require a 30-day, what's called an out-of-debt period, which means for 30 consecutive days out of the year, the line of credit has to have a zero balance. That assures the bank that you're using it for short-term purposes. It's usually a 12-month term, and it gets renewed annually. And then you advance the funds as you need them. So if you don't advance the funds, you have no interest expense. If you advance $10,000 out of a $100,000 line, you pay interest on the $10,000 only. And it's usually a variable rate of interest. It's tied to prime, and prime can go up or down. And the interest payments are due monthly. Okay, we have a term loan. It's usually finances equipment or vehicles. It's fixed payments for a specified length of time, fixed interest rate, no prepayment penalties, and principal and interest is due monthly. It's basically a glorified car loan for business. Mortgages. We do construction, renovations, mixed-use buildings. You can purchase or refinance a building with a bank loan. Terms are up to 20 years. You can do fixed or variable rates. Principal and interest is due monthly. Okay. And then just a couple of additional resources. I urge you guys, if you haven't already, SCORE is a great place to start. They've got volunteer professionals, lawyers, accountants, bankers that can help you. The Small Business Development Center out on Ulster Avenue, same thing. They've got professionals that can help you. These are both free of charge. And then a resource that the bank might use would be the SBA. Rondout's a preferred SBA lender. The express loans go up to $350,000, and the bank doesn't need prior SBA approval for that. New York Business Development Corporation, they're out of Albany. This is where you're going to have your bigger SBA deals with real estate or purchasing a business and so forth. And then anybody who lives in the Casco Watershed Corporation, they also can be a participant with the bank as far as, and they have low-cost funds that they lend out as well. Let's see here. Again, a strong relationship is mutual for both of us, and it's beneficial. And just keep in mind, it requires some time to build. It's not going to be built overnight. And Roundout has a vested interest. We care that your business succeeds. Questions? The process is the loan officers submit the packages to our credit analyst area, and depending on the amount is who approves a loan. But everybody who approves loans are housed in our main office down on 300 Broadway. So they're all community members. They all live in the community, and it's a very close-knit family. And if the approvers have additional questions, they will go on site and have a conversation with the prospective borrower if they need something clarified. So. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Great job.
Appreciate it.